In this video, I'm going to show you how you can improve your email open rates. And that's really important because you've already done the hard work of getting people onto your email list, but if they're not opening your emails, then they're not going to buy anything, right? So if you, let's say that right now you have an email list that's generating you $10,000 a month in revenue, and you have a 20% open rate on average for each email you send. If you can get that open rate up to 30%, then congratulations, now you're making $15,000 a month from that email list. If you can get it up to 40%, then you'll make $20,000 a month from that email list, right? So simple math, the more people that you get to open your emails, the more sales you're going to make. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Theo. I do commission-only email promos for coaches and course creators, and basically anybody that sells any kind of information online. I've been part of 3 six-figure course launches and openings, including one that brought in $316,000. I've also been part of more 5-figure launches and openings and promos than I can count at this point. So what open rates should you be looking for, first of all? So first of all, if you're getting a 50% open rate, stop watching this video right now and go make your own video teaching me how to get a 50% open rate. It can be done. I'm not saying that this never happens. I have a small personal email list that I get around a 50% open rate on. But you have to be sending very, very, very good emails that are more content driven, and they have to be saying something very interesting. And then you also have to basically get rid of anybody on your email list who consistently does not open, which I'll tell you later in this video. This helps your deliverability and can get people who are kind of on the fence more likely to open. But yeah, if you're in the 40 to 50% range, good job. You probably don't need to watch this video. You're sending good emails. Your audience loves you. Don't worry. 30 to 40%, you probably want to improve a little bit. There's room for improvement, but you're still doing a good job. 20 to 30% is where the majority of the improvement can be made. If you're in this range, then you're probably doing at least one of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video wrong. Most likely you're sending emails that are really boring and that people don't want to read. Maybe there's too much sales and not enough content. Maybe the content's just not good enough. If this is you, then I'll show you how to fix it. If you're below 20%, then that's not a highlight. If you're below 20%, then you're probably in spam or promotions. I have another video that's all about that, which you can watch. I think I can put it like right here. I'll do that. But if you're below 20%, then you're probably in spam or promotions, and you should fix that. Anyways, why are your open rates low? The first reason is your emails are too boring. You're not giving enough value in them, and there's 2 ways that you can give value in an email. So I have these tabs pulled up. These are 2 email market. They do email marketing. I would say, yeah, their business is primarily based around email. They do it very, very well, and they both have a different style of emails, which I will show you. The first one is Derek Johansson. So here's Derek Johansson. This is an email he sent me a few days ago. And Derek Johansson gives like the best tutorials ever. Like these emails are better than a lot of courses that I've paid a lot of money for. So this week he's talking about how to stop procrastinating. And this is, his focus is basically give as much useful information about how he deals with whatever problem he's talking about as possible, right? So this is going to be about his own journey of not procrastinating and the mindset shifts and the new practices that have helped him to stop procrastinating. So it's, this is the thing he talks about. Productivity is about behaviors, procrastination is about beliefs. If you're procrastinating, then it means I don't know exactly what he means by that, but you don't believe in yourself. You can't force yourself to start working on something. And then here are things he's done. And this is some of the best advice that I had heard about how to stop procrastinating in quite a while. So I would highly recommend subscribing to Derek's email list if you're at all interested in email marketing, which you probably are because you're watching this video, or copywriting. And the other approach to sending really, really good emails is just to give people the maximum amount of dopamine hit possible, which is what our next guy does, Daniel Throssell. So here's this email. His emails are very entertaining. They're all about stories of him. He'll have he kind of like turns the people in his family into characters. He calls his wife like the bad idea something, or the bad idea haver. I forget the exact name. But this email, he's talking about how he defeated this cold email shield. He uses all these like super hardcore, like emotion-driven words that just kind of punch you in the face. I can hereby report victory. Either way, it stopped, which means I win. Take that, Mixmax, you giant pest. So, yeah, no, Daniel Throstle's emails are like, him doing battle in some, like there's some enemy and he's defeating them, or there's a lot of that. There's a lot of just like crazy stories, or like he makes fun of somebody. So yeah, and that's one way. And he gives some advice too, but it's more about the entertainment for him. And he gets really like this. He does when people run promotions in the copywriting world and they hire affiliates. Daniel Throstle consistently beats all the other, like even people with a much bigger email list than he has, because he sends really good emails, so he gets good open rates. Number two, another reason why your open rates might be low, is you're not cleaning your list. So the best practice here is if someone's not opening your emails, you want to stop emailing them, right? Most ESPs will have an option to track your kind of active subscribers, which are people who have clicked on an email in the past 90, or who have opened an email in the past 90 days. Most of your emails you should only be sending to people who have opened in the past 90 days. Some of them you'll want to narrow that down even further. If you're sending a lot of emails at once, let's say you have like a sale going on, you might want to only email people who have opened in the past 30 days or even the past 7 days. And then what this does is it shows Google, if you have high open rates, then it shows Google that your emails are good and that you're sending them to people who are interested, and they give you better inbox placement, basically. So this is something that can help with deliverability a little bit. It's also, it's considered best practices. If you don't do this, you could accidentally email somebody whose email address has been turned into a spam trap, which can really hurt your deliverability down the line. And you're going to have to, go through a very painful process of setting up a new domain, which you don't want to have to do that. So it's better to just, if somebody's not opening your emails, don't email them anymore. And that doesn't just, artificially inflate your open rates by getting, you take them out of the denominator. It also, it gets your emails in front of more people who are actually interested. Another practice that I like to advise my clients on, if somebody doesn't open the first 5 emails you send them, if they just don't open on any of them, just scrub them from your actives list. You can send them a win-back sequence down the road if you want to, but it's better to just stop emailing that person completely. And then the number 3 reason why your email open rates are not good is because you're in promotions or spam. If your email open rates are above 20%, this is probably not a problem that you have. You're probably going to the updates tab or the main inbox, but you could be in promotions or spam if your email list is, or if your open rates are below that. If you can fix this, it can make you, depending on your email list size, an extra 10 to 40K a month. I made a whole video about how to fix this, which I think I mentioned earlier in this video, but here's kind of the brief how to fix this. Number 1, you can convince Google to take you out of email jail by sending more entertaining emails and giving people more value. That gets more people to open. Over time, people will start associating your name with good emails, and they'll start opening your emails more often, right? That's kind of what happened. I don't remember if Derek Johan, I think he was probably sending these emails all along, but I kind of started opening his emails more and more once I realized like how good they were, right? I had been on his list for forever. I barely opened the emails. And then once I realized like, wow, this guy gives some good stuff, I started opening the emails more often. Another thing you can do to get to increase your deliverability is just get people to reply to your emails, right? You can kind of say, hey, if you have any questions, then send them to me and I'll reply. You can also give people a bonus if they reply to your emails. A lot of people like to have something in their welcome email, their very first email that they send to new subscribers, that says, hey, if you reply, I'll give you this bonus, or reply to me and tell me what's bothering you right now, or something like that. And every reply you get shows ESPs and Google and Microsoft and Yahoo that you're sending emails that people want to read and that people are engaging with, right? Like people don't really reply to promotional emails very often. They reply to emails from friends. So if you're getting replies, it's a very, very good sign. And then another thing you can do is stop using spammy words. So if you're using a lot of words like sex and free and money, then that can hurt your deliverability sometimes. There have actually been people who have done tests where they'll write the exact same email and send it from the exact same account, and they just change one word, and it stops going to the promotions tab. This won't get you out of spam, but it can get you out of the promotions tab. And I'll show you one more email list that I'm on. She talks a lot about sex and relationship stuff. And what she does every time, if she uses a word like sex, she'll put like a dot in it so that it doesn't trigger the promotions filter. Like sexuality, there's a dot in it, right? Or if, there are some people that do this with the word money or with the word free or any word that is likely to trigger spam filters. I think this email, she's just doing it with the word sex. But yeah, I would recommend either not using those words, or if you have to talk about those subjects, it can kind of look bad. So I would only do this if you have a problem with going to the promotions tab right now. But it's an option to consider if you're having a big problem. And then the number 2 thing you can do, if you're just in absolute email jail right now, you can't get out of spam no matter what you do. You've tried everything. Just get a new domain and warm it up slowly. So like, my domain is theoseeds.com. If my emails started going to spam, which they won't because I'm going to be doing the things in this video, but if my emails start going to spam, then what I would do is I would just get another domain like theo-seeds.com, and I would warm it up slowly. I would put it in an email warming service, and then I would send just a few emails every day to a small portion of my list, and then ramp that up and grow it more and more and more over time until the point where I was emailing my entire list. And then I would just basically have a blank slate, a fresh reset, and I would not have the deliverability problem anymore. So anyways, thanks for checking out this video. If you would like me to help you with running promotions and turning your email list into cash on a commission-only basis, I have a link in the description that explains how I do that. So check that out. It's theoseeds.com/promos. And have a great day and happy email marketing.